Alright, let's bring out the shotgun. Oop, that's the medic. Even better.
Gonna blow.
Too late, Garrus. Okay, what are you guys saying in chat? Yeah, I feel like this is one of the easier. Could be one of the harder parts in the game. It just depends on when you tackle it.
Enemies on our left. Firing on
There is
that
nothing
shot.
as hard as starting off ME1 Insanity
Can't
at
reach
level
the
1.
target.
Rerouting power.
Fucking pooping out that ammo. Morrigan wins out over Leilani every time.
You were close, but not close enough.
Pretty good, Velocity. Any day that you're streaming video games can only be so bad.
Couldn't make yourself disappear, huh?
Come on, Garrus. We can work this out. What do you need?
I'm looking for someone.
Well, I guess we both have something the other one wants.
That looks like it hurt. I don't think I've ever said that any game is a perfect game. And talking about one of the greatest RPGs to have ever existed with rose-colored glasses, when trying to prove a point that Dragon Age 2 is a good game, is one of the most ridiculous things that I've ever heard in the history of ridiculous things. Like I said, I mean, I feel like I'm proving my point when I say that you should be able to like something despite the fact that it has issues. There's nothing saying you can't like a game despite the fact that it has issues, especially with so many games today have major, major glaring issues. I'm gonna buy COD despite the fact that it has all the fucking skill equalizing bullshit, and I'll probably only play it for a month or two, yada yada yada. But I can't think of a single trait or characteristic that DA2 had that I would want carried over to another game. Do you want palette swaps of the same enemies? Or do you want the same level? Every time you walk into a randomly generated level and it's randomly generated the exact same fucking layout that was generated 15 times before. Which part? Or the fact that you've lost unique abilities, unique class-defining abilities? Or the fact that, you know, the characters are stale, remind me of eating fucking cardboard every time they open up their mouths and talk? Like what characteristics of that game would you like to see in, say, Dragon Age Inquisition? And I don't know what you would argue other than going back to the drawing board and starting all over. You could argue that there's a lot of things you liked in Dragon Age Origins that you would love to see revamped, revised, improved upon, etc. But anything that you would argue that you want to see improved upon in DA1, DAO, was set back multiple notches in DA2. Anything that was there in DA2 had an improved version in Dragon Age Origins. What? Well, I know how I know how the peanuts taste. I don't think I've ever actually eaten cardboard. But I've tried some of the peanuts before, because supposedly you're able to eat them. They don't really taste very good. Checkmate. Well, you got me there. One of the reasons for the lackluster combat, etc., may have been the fact that the game was wanting to be put out on consoles, and you can't put a game like, I think DA was actually released on consoles, but from what I remember, it was a cluster. For the same reason that releasing World of Warcraft on consoles would be a clusterfuck. You can't have 82 abilities on a controller because there's no way to manage it.
That had to hurt. Maybe you should just tell us what we want to know.
Maybe. I still haven't heard what you want.
You helped a friend of mine disappear. I need to find him.
I might need a little more information than that.
His name was Sedonis. Turian came from the...
I know who he is, and I'm not telling you squat.
Is this information really worth all the trouble?
I don't give out client information. It's bad for business.
You know what else is bad for business? A broken neck.
All right. Get off me! Terminus really changed you, huh, Gareth?
No, but Sedonis opened my eyes.
If you've never played Dragon Age
arranging it.
Origins on PC, then we shouldn't even be having this conversation.
I'm going.
I mean, that explains a lot of why you're arguing the way what you're arguing. If you've played DAO on console,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's me. There's a chance your
there
identity
you
may
go.
be compromised.
Done and done.
That's why I'm calling. I'm sending an agent. Where do you want to meet?
I feel like we finally found the fucking
Alright, he'll be there.
keystone
Don't worry. I got
that
it
resolves this argument. I feel fucking stupid.
covered.
I
It's
feel
all
fucking
good.
stupid for
He wants
talking
to meet
about
you
it
in front
if
of
that's
Orbital Lounge,
the only
middle of the day.
experience.
So, if our business is done, I'll be going.
I don't think so. You're a criminal now, Harkin.
So, what? You're just gonna kill me? That's not your style, Garrus.
Kill you? No. But I don't
Thank
mind
you,
serving
Crimey.
down
Appreciate
the
it.
middle. Maybe give Seasick the blood trail a follow.
Bastard!
You're getting off easy, Harkin.
What'd I ever do to you?
Sedonis better be there, or I'm coming back to finish the job. Harkin's a bloody menace. We shouldn't have just let him go. He deserved to be punished.
You tell him, barman. Don't give up. The goal, the entire fucking goal of the Steam box is to create the console mentality where, you know, it's not a pain in the ass to hop on your fucking gaming system where you're able to sit down on a fucking couch and have fun. I mean, the fact that I can't play Arma 3 on my PC is something that you'll never have a problem with if you play a game on console. And drivers fucking up, and the latest versions of this, and that, and having issues. If you have 4 friends and you're trying to invite them to a game lobby, and somebody doesn't have the right fucking IP settings on their router, you can't invite them. Those are all big, strong arguments for consoles. But I think that it's, I mean, at this point, well, fuck. I mean, we could go. I mean, this has to be basically a rabbit hole video to put in the proper research and linking studies and things like that. But the hardware gap right now there's a large hardware gap right now, and the next gen consoles just dropped a year ago. Within the next 2 years, we're gonna have, well, essentially 2 years from next gen launch right now, we're gonna have a hardware gap that that's starting to rival the hardware gap that existed towards the end of the whatever it was, the 8 or 9 year stretch of the last console lifespan. So we're 2 years into the new console, the new next gens. We're already rivaling the hardware gap that existed the previous 8 years of the old gens. I think so. We are going to be seeing hardware limitations. And then I think that a controller is a great way to play a couple of video games. But I think that so long as games are being designed with a controller in mind and without a mouse and keyboard in mind, you're always going to be functionally limited relative to designing a game specifically for PC, where people have the option to use a controller or a mouse and keyboard, and you're not you don't have like your look speed capped like you do in essentially FPS. Any FPS on a console to me is just disgusting. Just fucking disgusting. Being look/movement speed capped on a console and playing it with a controller is a bastardization the likes of which I never would have believed possible 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Building a PC is fucking scary, and it is too complicated. It shouldn't have to be like that. I mean, not to say that you can't. I mean, obviously I build my own PCs, but it shouldn't have to be that difficult, which is where the Steam boxes are coming into play. They're prefabricated PC machines sold with the intention of playing video games, so hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier.
Don't waste your time on him. Let C-Sec deal with him now.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Thanks for helping me with this, Shepard.
I'd do the same if I were you.
I learned from the best. I need to set up. I can get a clear shot from over there.
See, to me, going from controller, mouse, and keyboard, you find M&K atrocious. That may be true, but what is not up for debate is the fact that if you play a game like an FPS, you can't come anywhere close to touching somebody who plays a mouse and keyboard. I don't think that building a PC is fucking rocket science, doki doki. I'm just saying relative to going to a store, picking up a box, putting it in your house, and plugging it into two cords, it is rocket science. And people don't want to fuck with it. It's just something you don't want to fuck with. I don't want to bother with it. Because there are a lot of things that can go wrong. And why bother if you don't want to, you know what I mean? Much easier to pick up a console than it is to build a PC.
You just want me to get him in position?
Basically, keep him talking for a minute. When I've got him in my sights, I'll let you know. Give me a signal so I know you're ready, and I'll take the shot. You better go. You'll be here soon.
The scariest thing isn't turning it on for the first time. The scariest thing is turning it on for the first time and not having it function correctly. That's the scariest thing. Like, oh fuck, now I need to go into my motherboard and look up the MOBO, whatever they are, the fucking codes, and see which parts may or may not be working, and oh, I bought this myself and I got it from the store and they told me I have a rebate for
Loud and clear.
24 hours. Guess the 24 hours are up. Now I need to contact the manufacturer. That's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. There he is. Wave him over and keep him talking.
I know, Nutbag. I'm having a serious conversation with a guy named Nutbag.
Let's get this over with.
You're in my shot. Move to the side.
This won't take long at all.
You one of Harkin's men? I don't remember seeing you before.
That's it. Just keep him talking a few more seconds.
I was told Harkin was one of the best. This better not happen again.
Oh, it won't. Don't worry.
What? Shit.
Oh my god, it feels...
Betrayal repaid, Sidonis.
It feels so good to be bad.
That was easy enough.
This is what happens when you let things get personal. I need to know this is over.
Yeah, it's over. I can move on.
Glad to hear it.
Thanks for helping me, Shepard. Let's get moving. I need to get away from this place.
Right with you.
Fuck yes. I love the knowledge I've gained from working on PCs. Although I think that if you've never done anything like that and you don't know anybody who is well versed in building PCs, it's really, really, really scary to be like, hey, I'm gonna drop fucking $2,000 on something that may or may not work. And yeah, I went to Newegg or Price PC Part Checker, and all my parts look fucking compatible, but $2,000 is a big fucking risk. for something that might not work out. Bob Zaney, I don't know if Twitch is one of them, but I know some sites are starting to fuck with ad blocker. So that is going to become a more and more popular thing. But I think somebody else on Twitter was actually kind of cool. They linked me an article that was talking about how much, you know, streamers make from ads and donations and yada yada yada. In subscriptions. Basically, if you have subscriptions going on your channel, the cost, like if somebody subscribes to you, the cost of paying, what is the comment I'm trying to say? Giving somebody $4.99 a month, which comes out to $2.50 a month, which don't get me started on because that seems like a huge chunk. But if you give somebody $2.50 a month, it's the equivalent of watching some more ads than you will ever watch in your lifetime, I think, is basically what it comes down to. Per person, that is. Like, so, yeah, I don't know what an actual ad generates per one view, but whatever it is, if you subscribe to somebody one time, do not ever feel any guilt about never watching an ad ever again, because you've just paid them the equivalent of 8 billion thousand fucking ads. I will never, ever, ever run ads so long as I have subscriptions up. I will never run ads.
Commander, you've received
Thanks,
a new
Connie.
message at your private terminal.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. Oh, appreciate that. Oh, modular probe bay. Oh, heavy pistol 505. Don't mind if I do. Ship enhancements, modular probe bay. Oh, 100% probe capacity. That's going to be completely useless, but I'll take it.
Commander, Legion would like to talk with you.
Fuck yeah, I'll talk with Legion. The 10-minute YouTube vid with 7 ads spaced between. Are people doing, I know that that's an option to do. I think it's called like mid-credit roll or mid-stream roll. I don't remember how they phrase it. But basically mid-vid ads. You guys, those of you who don't have ad blocker, I can't believe it would be anybody, or who are whitelisting people, do you guys see those often? Okay, so stripped AK, I want to say it's striped AK. Am I ever gonna try and get sponsored by? It's not Cyber PC, it's Falcon Northwest, and fuck yes, I would love to be sponsored by Falcon Northwest because I truly think they are the greatest. No bullshit, and if you call them and talk to them, it should be pretty obvious that they're intent on getting you the best PC for what you're interested in, and there's not only no selling pressure. Let's sit there and chat your fucking ear off for 30-40 minutes and answer any type of technical questions you have. It's awesome. It's amazing. I love them. I don't think I'm big enough to qualify for a Falcon Northwest sponsorship, though. Any luck romancing Grunt? Unfortunately, no.
Shepard, Commander.
The Division
We
looks...
have completed our analysis of the Reaper's data core.
I know. That Division. So, I mean, yeah, I have wet dreams on a weekly basis about the Division. Looks amazing. The new terms of service, well, you guys would know better than I would. I meant to look it up last night, I didn't. I think basically what they said was, well, they had said guys have to wear shirts. They don't want any low-cut shirts anymore for girls, so having guys wear shirts, I guess, was supposed to be the sexy quality thing. And I guess what they're trying to do is they want to keep the emphasis on Twitch about games, surprise, surprise, and not on Casey Tron's fat fucking titties. So, I don't know. I think that there's realistically no way of winning that war. I think the only way to win that war would be to ban webcams.
Did you find anything useful?
We were sent to the old machine to preserve the Geth's future. We are prepared to reveal how. The heretics have developed a weapon to use against Geth. You would call it a virus. It is stored on a data core provided by Sovereign. Over time, the virus will change us, make us conclude that worshipping the old machines is correct.
Low cut shirts. I don't. From what I understand, Dur, they've said no. They said something like if you're hot. What was it that they said? Something like if you're hot and you want to wear either a low cut shirt or a skimpy shirt or something like that, then turn on the fucking AC. I mean, they're trying to turn. I mean, like I said, this place is going to turn into chat roulette before long. I don't know. They said no to underwear bikini revealing cosplay. I'd have to look it up to see what they said exactly.
You know where this thing is?
The heretics' headquarters station on the edge of the terminus. We will provide coordinates. Normandy's stealth systems are necessary to safely approach.
Heretic headquarters. Sounds like we could end their raids once and for all. Let's do it.
Total victory is a possibility. We cannot judge the odds at this time. Regardless, we will begin preparations.
It doesn't matter either way. Even if you say you can't wear blah 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 low cut suggestive clothing. I mean, what is her name? Who is it? Somebody linked me on Twitter. That squirrel chick who, I mean, she doesn't wear low cut or anything. She wears thin, tight t-shirts, and then if you donate $20 or more, she gets up on webcam and dances around and shakes her fucking titties. And technically she would be abiding by the guidelines, you know. It's not her fault that her titties fucking shake around when she jumps up and down and she didn't wear a bra that day, so...
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Sure, just killing time anyway. I wanted to thank you again for your help with Sidonis. Whatever happens with the Collectors or the Reapers or whoever else comes after us, I know you'll get the job done.
I couldn't do this without you, Garrus.
Sure you could. Not as stylishly, of course. It's strange going into a suicide mission on a human ship. Your people don't prepare for high-risk operations the way Turians do.
I don't know what her channel's name is. She squirrels something. I think she squirrels something. Their webcam is full screened. When did I cash in on a titty shaking? When I was fat in Oklahoma. The only way they're gonna be able to ban it is to just ban webcams. That would be the only way. Or to put in something like, okay, you can have webcams, but you have to be on your face. Like it can be face only. I don't know. And even that would be pretty tough. I would imagine in a couple years they might just end up banning. Is it Jenny the Squirrel? Oh my god, explosive. Fucking creeper. Ah.
I thought you'd be used to high-risk operations on human ships. I mean, think about tracking Sarah into Ilos.
Sure, but that was quick. We raced out, landed, blew up some Geth, and saved the galaxy. This time we've got Miranda and Cerberus and that AI all telling us what we're up against. I think I preferred blind optimism.
Thanks for the talk, Garrus. I'll see you later.
Sure thing.
How is this bitch playing League of Legends? Oh, it's actually pretty fun to click on the League of Legends and look through like the top 20 streams. They're all pretty hilarious. Can you, would you mind tweeting that to me, Stripped AK? I would really appreciate it. stock up on probes because fuck, why not? Okay, so we've got smuggle cargo. Yeah, let's go help Tally. You want to help Tally? You know what we should do? Help Legion. Where's that one? Is that right there? You don't have fucking Twitter? What do you mean you don't have fucking Twitter? How do you not have Twitter? I probably wouldn't have Twitter if I wasn't streaming. That said, I hated the idea of Twitter. I just hated it. Anything that just bugs the fuck out of me. That said, I enjoy Twitter now. There's the only way to ensure that this doesn't turn into chat roulette will eventually be to ban webcams, IMO. Which sucks because somebody else was just asking did I buy a full suit of armor. And I didn't buy a full suit of armor, but I bought like pieces of it, and I don't know. I think fun factor, it's all about fucking fun factor, and I was so jazzed up to get into a stream and play Chivalry in this ridiculous looking suit of armor and shout fucking these absurd battle cries and what do you call it, insults at people. I was so excited to do that. Recruit Legion before Tally. I'm going to do Legions. I've already got Legion, but I'm going to do his mission first. Anyway, something like that will be so much fun, the webcam, you know what I mean? Like, it would be so much fun, the webcam. But most of the webcams I see are like boring shitbirds who would just stare there. I don't know why you'd want to watch somebody's face was just staring at the fucking screen. And a lot of these guys are like just sitting in a pale white fucking room with nothing behind them. It just looks depressing. aka 90% of League of Legends males. Or it's Squirreltron and Caseytron or whatever the fuck her name is. She's 9 of 10 subbies away. Who is this, Dur? Is this the squirrel chick? I am a king of the Nerd Bomber Relapse. Fucking games are nerdy, but it's all about fucking fun. It's Doki, I mean it's man. I don't know what I should do, if I should put up an article or what, but okay, so
hey Commander, good news. Looks like the Reaper IFF is finally hooked up and ready to go.
I shouldn't have clicked OK because I'm going to lose my train of thought. Okay, Slutty Girl's on Twitch and YouTube.
Causing some unusual instability in other systems. I recommend a more thorough analysis before we attempt to use it.
Yeah, it's basically like our chat, there. Bunch of fucking virgins. Yeah, maybe I should pretend to be a quad or paralyzed or something like that.